Hello everyone, I am Parikshit Saikia and welcome to another exciting session on most important quants questions for Maharashtra CET. This is episode 3 wherein we picked up a series of most important and frequently occurring questions in past year CET papers. But as always, the first thing I'm going to tell you, give me 5 seconds to ensure that I am streaming live before we get started with today's session. Okay, I think we are streaming live and on your screen are Unacademy learners who have cracked the CAT with flying colors. 100 percentilers in DILR and 99 plus percentilers overall. Okay, a lot of new batches are also starting on Unacademy. If you are a CAT 2021 aspirant, there are many batches starting. A 4th of February, a weekday evening batch, a legend batch on the 6th of February, and a percentiler batch for CAT 2021. You can access all these batches, including the batch which I started 2 days back, exclusively for Maharashtra CET by using the referral code Parikshit Saikia. You will get 10% off if you use this code, and you will get access to all the courses which are there on Unacademy. Also, the Unacademy Combat is scheduled every Sunday 12 to 1. You can register for the Unacademy Combat absolutely free using the invite code Parikshit Saikia. Remember, this code will work only if you register as a first time user with a mobile number which has not been registered before. In that case, you can access a lot of courses absolutely free on Unacademy. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, so I pulled up the questions on your screen and I think we can solve it together. These are all past year questions from the CET, right? Let's take up the first one. Remember the CET, 150 minutes, 200 questions. So you got to solve really fast. Speed is very important. A and B can do a work in 21 and 24 days respectively. Okay. So let's suppose that the total work be, let's assume the total work. Okay. Let total work. So let total work is something. Now how much should I assume? You can assume any number, but I think the easiest number to assume here would be probably a number which is divisible by 21 as well as by 24. Why? Because if you assume a number which is divisible by 21 as well as by 24, your calculations will become very easy. So what is the LCM of 21 and 24? What is the LCM of 21 and 24? You can take it 168. Remember, again I am repeating, you can take any other number. You might not want to take 168. You can take some other number. But even in that case, your answer would absolutely be the same. So 3 into 7, 21 and 21 into 8 is 168. Perfect. Total work is 168 units. Okay. Remember, you can take any other number. I just assume the LCM so that my calculations are easy. Talk about A. A, you know what? In one day, how much work A would do? A does the entire work in 21 days. So in one day, A would do 168 divided by 21. So can I say 8 units per day? 8 units per day. Will you agree? Similarly, what about B? B does the entire work in 24 days. So in one day, B would do 168 divided by 24. Divided by 24, right? So how much would this come out to be? 7 units per day. 7 units per day. Correct? Next, they start the work together and after some days, A leaves the work and B completes the remaining work in 9 days. Now be very careful. Remaining work is completed in 9 days. So can I say the last 9 days only B worked? What does it mean? It means last 9 days only B worked. Why? Because A has left the scene by then. So last 9 days only B worked. So can you tell me how much work did B complete in those last 9 days? Last 9 days. So 7 into 9, 63. Remember, 1 day 7 units. So 9 days, 7 into 9, 63 units. Correct? So how much is the remaining work? How much is the remaining work? Remember, 168 was the total work. So the remaining work which was done in the first few days, remaining work is 168 minus 63, which is 105 units. 105 units. So remember, these 105 units were completed in the first few days. So 105 divided by work done per day. Work done per day. Who worked in the initial days? A and B. Remember, A left after 9 days. So initial few days, A and B worked together. So on one day, how much did they complete? They completed 8 plus 7. They completed 8 plus 7. So 105 divided by 15 is 7 days. They must have worked for 7 days together. Answer is 7. So after how many days did A leave? A worked for 7 days. It means A must have left after 7 days. That's your answer for the first one. Got it? Easy, right? So always remember, you can make such questions really easy if you assume a number which is divisible by both A and B, which is divisible by both A and B. So just assume a number and solve your sum. Got it? So let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Number 2. Let's go to number 2. Okay. Number 2. A trader makes a profit equal to the selling price of 75 articles when he sold 100 of the articles. What percentage profit did he make in the transaction? These are very frequently occurring questions in CET, SNAP, NMAT, very frequently occurring. So you see how you do? You remember, you assume any number. That's how I always solve a sum, because that's the easiest way to solve. Let's assume selling price of one article be some number. Some number. You can take any number. I'm taking it as 1. Selling price of one article, let it be 1. So selling price of 100 articles, how much would that be? Selling price of 100 articles, how much would that be? Remember, you are selling 100 articles. So selling price of 100 articles would be 100 rupees. Correct? No rocket science there. Next, what about the cost price of 100 articles? What about the cost price of 100 articles? Can you tell me? When I am selling 100 articles, I am making a profit equal to the selling price of 75 articles. So what is the profit? Profit is equal to the selling price of 75 articles. Remember, selling price of one article is 1 rupee. So selling price of 75 articles is 75 rupees. How much? 75 rupees. Oh, it means profit is 75. If profit is 75, how much will the cost price be? Cost price will be 75 rupees less than the selling price. How much will that be? 100 minus 75, 25 rupees. Will you agree? Will you agree? If profit is 75, it means cost price must be 75 rupees less than the selling price. So now you can easily find out the percentage profit. What is percentage profit? Percentage profit is SP minus CP divided by CP into 100. 100. Good morning. So people who are wishing me good morning. Everyone who is viewing me live. 100 minus 25 divided by 25 into 100, right? So how much would that come out to be? 300%. Remember, you need to multiply with 100 at the end. 300%. Any doubt? Here I'm not writing. Okay, you obviously need to multiply with 100, right? If you have to convert it to percentage, you got to multiply with 100. Do you follow? Do you follow? Very, very, very easy. Remember CET, I repeat, 150 minutes, 200 questions. So whenever you are solving a sum, you need to solve it in such a way that you can solve the sum in 50 seconds. So if you are doing it in your way, but you are taking more than 40-50 seconds, then that's not the way to solve the sum in the CET. Right? Let's look at question number 3. Let's look at question number 3. I hope you are understanding. Number 3. A bag contains 5 red and 3 green balls. Okay, let's look at it. 5 red and 3 green balls. That's the first bag. Another bag contains 4 red and 6 green balls. And 6 green balls. 4 red and 6 green. If one ball is drawn from each bag, find the probability that one ball is red and one is green. One ball is red and one is green. Now think about it. You need one ball to be red and one to be green. So how can that be? It can be first bag. Okay, let me write it down here. First bag Okay, and then you are drawing a ball from the second bag, right? So it could be two scenarios. One is red, one is green. So you can have red from the first one and green from the second one, correct? Or it can be the other way around. Or the other scenario could be from the first bag, you know what? You are drawing a green. And from the second bag, you are drawing a red. You are drawing a red. So it would be either of the two scenarios. Either scenario 1 or scenario 2. So whenever you say or, remember, okay, if someone doesn't know, I must write it down. You should know this. Or in quants always means plus. And in quants always means multiplication. You can never forget this. Or means plus, n means multiplication. So what am I trying to say? It is either scenario 1, which is this, or scenario 2, which is this. So because it is the or, it is plus. And then here you see, here you observe here, okay? Let me use a marker. Observe here. First bag red and second bag green. First bag red and second bag green. What does it mean? You're going to multiply. You are going to multiply in between. Are you getting it? Similarly, second bag. Second scenario. First bag green and second bag red. So you're going to multiply. Getting it? So whenever there is or, you're going to add. Whenever there is and, you are going to multiply. Let's write down. First bag red. So how many red balls are there? 5 reds. Out of a total of how many balls? There are 5 plus 3, 8 balls. 5 plus 3, 8 balls. So what is the probability of drawing a red ball? Out of 8 balls, 5 are red. So the probability of drawing a red is 5 by 8. Similarly, what is the probability of drawing a green from the second bag? Second bag has 4 plus 6, 10 balls. And remember, you need to draw a green. So there are 6 green. So 6 by 10. 6 by 10. So red from the first one and green from the second one. So multiplication. Or the second scenario. Green from the first one. How many green balls are there in the first bag? 3. Total how many balls? 5 plus 3, 8. And second one. Total how many balls? 4 plus 6, 10. How many red? 4 red. 4 red. Perfect. You've got your answer. So 30 by 80 plus 12 by 80. So this comes out to be 42 by 80. 42 by 80 means 21 by 40. That's the answer. 21 by 40. That's the answer. Did you get it? Did you all get it? Any doubt in this? Understood, right? Perfect. That's the answer for question number 3. Got it? Let's go to the next one. Number 4. Number 4. A father said to his son, I was as old as you are at present at the time of your birth. If the father's age is 38 years now, the son's age 5 years back was. Now such questions, I must tell you, a lot of students find difficulty solving it because you cannot frame the equation. You are not able to frame the equation. So such cases, remember, you got to assume the answer options and start from there. Start with the answer options. It becomes very easy, right? Remember, there are no theta questions. There are no type in your answers. Every question will have the answer options. So let's start. Son's age 5 years back. Okay. So 5 years back, answer option A is saying 14 years. So if 5 years back, it is 14 years. Presently, present son age will be equal to 5 plus, right? So 14 plus 5, 19. I am assuming answer option A. Remember, answer option is 5 years back. So 5 years back, if the age is 14, currently it will be 14 plus 5, 19. Now let's check. Now let's verify if 19 is the correct answer. Father is telling his son, you know what? I was as old as you are at present at the time of your birth. Father's present age is 38. So presently father is 38. Father is how much? 38. Correct? He is saying he was as old as the son. As old as the son now. So father is saying, okay, you know what? I am telling you, I was as old as you are. So what is he telling? father is talking about being 19 years old. Father is talking about when the time when he was 19 years old, right? When will he be 19 years old? When will he be 19 years old? Remember, remember at the time of your birth, at the time of the son's birth, okay? Remember, son's birth happened 19 years back. Happened 19 years back. So we are looking at 19 years ago. 19 years ago. Does it satisfy? Absolutely. 19 years ago, father was 19 years and that is equal to the age of the son. Perfect. That got to be your answer. That's got to be your answer. Okay. Just in case anyone did not understand, let me take another example. Option B. Option B. Okay, 19 years. Remember, son presently is 5 years back is 19. So if you look at option B, son present. Can you tell me how much would be presently? 5 years more, right? 5 years back 19. So presently is 28, 24, right? So presently father is how much? Father at present is how much? 38, 38. Remember, so father is talking about the time when he was the son's age. So what was the age? When the father was 24 years. When the father was 24 years, right? So when the father was 24 years, remember the father would be 24 years, right? At the time of his birth, at the time of his birth. But that cannot be the answer. Why? Because at the time of the son's birth, father would have been 38 minus 24. 38 minus 24. That would come out to be actually 14. But 14 is not equal to 24. Hence your answer option B is incorrect and option A is the correct answer. Did you all get it? Did you all get it? I hope you understand. So again I am repeating. I believe some of you might still have a doubt. Presently son's age is 19. Right? If father is 38 years, when will he be the son's age? When will he be the son's age? Remember, he will be the son's age 19 years before. Why? Why? Because 19 years have elapsed now. So 38 minus 98 is 19. That's answer option A. Got it? So I think you understand option A as the correct answer for number 4. Okay. Number 5. Number 5. Let's look at number 5. In how many ways can 21 books on English and 19 books on Hindi be placed in a row on a shelf so that no two books on Hindi may not be together? No two books on Hindi may not be together. Okay. So English books, you just put it. Okay. So just put all the English books like this. You put all the English books. So dot, 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 dot. There are 21 of them. There are 21 of them. Now they are saying the Hindi books cannot be together. No two Hindi books cannot be together. So it's very easy. It means I need to put the Hindi books in the gaps. Will you agree? One book in one gap. One book in one gap. Why? Because moment you put the Hindi books in the gaps, they will never be together. They will never be together. There will always be an English book next to it. Yes? So how many gaps are there? How many gaps are there? Remember, there are 21 English books. So if you start first gap, second gap, third gap, dot, 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 22 gaps. Will you agree? 22 gaps. Remember, both left and right. Both left and right. Hence, the number of gaps would be one more than the number of books. So how many gaps are there? 22 gaps. 22 gaps. Would you agree? How many Hindi books are there? 19 Hindi books. 19 Hindi books. Will you agree? 19 Hindi books. So the question is, Hindi books cannot be together. So it's very easy. You got to put the Hindi books in the gaps. In the gaps. So how many gaps are there? 22 gaps. How many gaps you need to select? You need to select 19 of them because there are only 19 books. So answer is 22C19. 22C19. Do you get it? So if you do the maths, you'll do the maths. 22C19 will come out to be 1540. Will come out to be 1540 and that's the answer. Did you get it? Remember, 21 English books means 22 gaps. If anyone has a confusion regarding that, think about it. If there is one English book, how many gaps? How many gaps? This is gap 1. This is gap 2. So if one English book, you will have 2 gaps. If one English book, you will have 2 gaps. Can you see? Number of gap is 1 more than the books. Right? Similarly, if you have 2 English books, how many gaps will you have? Let's say you have got 2 English books. How many gaps? This is gap 1. This is gap 2. and this is gap 3. Perfect. You understand the logic. The number of gaps is always one more than the number of books. So 21 English books means 22 gaps. How many Hindi books? 19. Hindi books cannot be together. That can only happen if you put the Hindi books in the gaps. So from 22 gaps, select 19 of them. You can do that in 22 C19 ways. So answer is 1540. Answer is 1540. Did you get it? Did you all get it? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? 5 wonderful questions from previous year CET papers. Remember, 150 minutes, 200 questions. So whenever you are practicing at home, please have the timer on, because anything which takes more than a minute is not worth solving, right? If your solution is taking more than a minute, I don't think it is worth solving. 60 seconds, max to max 70, 80 seconds. But you cannot be taking more than 80 seconds to solve a question, right? If you do that, you'll not be able to finish the paper. So remember, when you practice at home, have the timer on, because that will be the most effective way of studying. Okay, I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have liked it, do please hit the like button, because that tells us that you have enjoyed the session and we can continue to have more and more such sessions for your upcoming CET exam. Thank you so much, and till the next time, till tomorrow morning 9:30 a.m. Remember, the classes are every morning 9:30 a.m. on YouTube. It's a goodbye from my side,